Hello students, today we start a new topic, conveyance of water in chapter number 4, management of water resource and related infrastructure of a subject infrastructure for smart city. So here there are two stages in a conveyance of the water. First stage is a conveyance of water from the source of treatment plant, and second is a conveyance of treated water from the treatment plant to distribution system. So here conveyance of the water, it has been seen that water level of the source is lower elevation than the treatment plant, and in such a cases water can be conveyed by means of closed pipe under pressure. And in a second stage, water conveyance may be either pumping into the overhead tank and then supplying the gravity of, or by pumping the directly into the water main for a distribution work. And there are the two stages or two types of the flow system. So in a water conveyance system is divided into two type. First one is a free flow system, and second is a pressure system. So in a free flow system is also known as a gravity system, and in this free flow system water flow freely due to gravity. And in a pressure system, so water flow under the pressure. And here example of the free flow system is a canals, and in a example of the pressure system is a pressure adequates, pressure tunnel, and pressure mains, and inverted siphons. So here in a free flow system, canal, flumes, and grade adequates and grade tunnels are the example of the free flow system. So first free flow system, we start with a canal. So all of you know about the canal. So it's one type of the open channel, and in this open channel rarely used to supply the water, because in this open channel losses of the water is maximum due to evaporation. And also here in a open channel, wastage of the water and pollution of water pollution is also created due to throwing the uh, dumping materials. So uh, due to this wastage of the water, open channel is not a good for supply of the water. Second is flumes. So flumes are also open channel supported, or on over the ground surface, and while crossing valley, rivers are depression, and they are built of a concrete or metal. So a section may be rectangular or a semicircular section. And next is grade adequates. So they are covered waterway used to carry the water from the remote surface to the origin of the distribution. And this see this figure. So in this figure you exactly seen that the upper surface is covered with a curve surface, and here velocity of the flow is about 0.9 meter per second. And last one is a tunnel. So tunnel are the portion of the adequate used while crossing the hilly or rock, and they may be grade tunnel or pressure tunnel. So grade tunnel are horseshoe shape, while pressure tunnel are circular in a shape, and concrete or steel may be used for the tunnel lining. So here in tunnel also used for the water supply. Now next is pipes. So pipe is a circular closed conduit through which water may be either under gravity or under pressure. Water is moved from one place to another place, and pipe do not run full, they run under gravity, such as a sewer line. And in the supply pipes mostly run under pressure. So in this distribution system, pipe of various diameter having the many connection and branches are used, and water pipe uh, follow the profit of ground and its location, which is mostly economical, causing a less pressure in the pipe in a chosen. So the cost of the pipeline depends on the internal pressure to bear and the length of the pipeline. Now here the section of the pipeline material depends on the sum of the factor. So first factor is a internal pressure and external load to which the pipe is subjected. Second is types of water to be conveyed and its corrosive effect in pipe material. Third one is a capital cost and maintenance cost. Fourth one is available fund. Fifth one is carrying capacity of the pipeline. Sixth one is expected life and easy of repair and replacement. And last one is stress due to water hammer change in direction in alignment. Now next topic we start is following types of the pipe are commonly used in a piping system. So first type of the pipe is a cast iron pipe, second is a wrought iron pipe, third one is a steel pipe, fourth one is a RCC pipe, fifth one is a PSC means pre-stressed concrete pipe, sixth one is a asbestos pipe means AC pipe, and seventh is a plastic pipe, eighth one is a copper or lead pipe, and ninth one is a glass reinforced plastic pipe. So it's also called as GRP pipes. Now next topic we start is a sewerage system. So wastewater generation scenario in Indian city and its treatment. So in India, estimated sewerage generated from the class 1 cities and class 2 towns, uh, representing 72% of the urban population in 38,524 million liter per day means MLD, of which exists treatment capacity of only 11,787. About 30% is water is treated, and 35 major metropolitan areas have a collective sewage treatment capacity of just over 50%, and high variable existing among them. Only 5 metro cities have a treatment capacity whose uh, close to 100% sewage generation. And here these are the Hyderabad, Vadodara, Chennai, Ludhiana and Ahmedabad. Delhi are the largest sewage treatment capacity in absolute terms, but in about 60% its need, while Mumbai has a second largest treatment capacity in absolute terms, but meet only 80% of its need. And these have two types of the challenges in wastewater treatment trade. So first one is on-site challenges, and second is off-site challenges. So in on-site challenges, conventional engineered water treatment system is extremely expensive and require complex operation and maintenance cost of expanding sewer network, which are very non-existing in many Indian city, and that is most started off unplanned settlements, and the total capacity cost of establishing the collection and treatment system for the entire urban water generated in much more than the water the government planned to spend. As the result, progress in increasing the coverage is likely to be slow in the foreseeable futures. And second type of the challenge is offsite challenges. So in offsite challenges, analysis exhibit the Macro factors like free trade agreements, cost sensitivity, and varied climatic and usage consideration directly impact operation in India. So the exist immense opportunity for the foreign company owning to the commercial viable advanced technology, and second is environmentally conforming solutions. Now, why we require for the water treatment? So need for the wastewater treatment. So wastewater treatment have a variety of the organic and inorganic substance like cadmium, zinc, copper, chromium, and mercury, etc. So these may affect the plants and animals life, and also it's affect the human lives. So disposal of the water directly into the water bodies like a river, ocean. So these water affect the animal life and also affect the human life. So due to these, we decrease or downstream or a consumption of the contaminant contaminated water lead to health problem in a long term. So the water in a a lake or normally utilized by the farmer for cultivation, and presence of the micro and macroorganism in the water affect the agriculture growth. So due to decrease the effect, we compulsory treat the water, sewage water, and then after we use. Now sewerage network, the present Indian scenario. So here in a sewerage network, so there are the two system available in a wastewater collection and disposal. First one is a separate system, and second is a combined system. So in a separate system, sewage and storm water are collected separately, and sewage is treated for the safe disposal, and second system is a combined system. So the sewage and storm water are collected together in a same drain and treated together, and presently the separate system is preferred due to the technical and economical advantages. Hence in India also nowadays almost all the sewerage network and disintegrate designed for the separate system. Now next topic we start is flood management. So in India, high vulnerable as the most of the geographical area in prone of annual flooding. So the high losses and damages due to flood shows the poor uh, adaptation and mitigation status of India, and inadequacy in disaster management and preparedness. So thus there is a need for integrated flood management system. So first flood management system is a disaster preparedness plan. So a comprehensive flood management plan is need to include the disaster preparedness, and this may require the strengthening of the some of the data required like flood hotspot mapping at a local regional scale, and second is management and regulation or riparian zone to prevent the spilling and erosion. Third one is river flood modeling to prepare for inadequate like reservoir branches and emergency water release from the dams. And last one is advanced technique such as mapping based on satellite satellite images and geographic information system will help to develop the flood early warning system. Now second is integrated approach. So integrated approach is a hard solution, ecological soft solution, and these two are steps need to take for watershed management through the an integrated approach. So in a hard solution, it involves the civil engineer constructions such as a dam, culverts, and dikes, widening and depending on the river channel and diversion channel to store the divert water to the increase the lake time of water reaching downstream. And second is ecological soft solution. So the solution such as restoration and management of riparian zones. Now third one is priorities, buffering and flexibility and adaptability. So these include reviewing safety criteria of a dam and canals and rebuild this with higher safety factor, creating the new intermediate storage and introducing the dynamic reservoir management. And fourth one is reducing the disaster risk reduction. So this there is a need for efficient implementation of framework of a disaster risk reduction. This will reduce the vulnerability of any disaster. And last one is focusing on urban flood management. So keeping in a view the fact of the problem of urban flooding is becoming more severe and losses are mount, mounting every year. Now next is causes of the flood. So reason or a causes of the flood. So causes of the flood is all the major river system are intense rainfall. Second is the topography of catchment. Third one is the sedimentation of the river and reservoir. Fourth one is the obstruction in the river flow. And fifth one is a failure in a dam. And sixth one is a failure of a river in embankment. And seventh is inadequate cross drainage work. And the last one is a contraction of a waterway. So these are the causes of the flood. Now these causes create the flood. Now here we stop our lecture. In the next lecture we discuss on a water resource conservation system, and it's the last topic of this chapter. Thank you.